Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pizza fans of all ages. My name is Mike, and welcome to Pizza Man Mario, and welcome to Mike Reviews. And today, we're going to talk about the Kirby Air Riders Direct that took place today. Now, I've mentioned a few times on the channel before that this is one of the games, along with Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, I was excited to get my hands on when the Switch 2 came out, as I am someone who really enjoyed Kirby Air Ride on the GameCube. And finally, after all this time, we got more information about Kirby Air Riders. So, let's not waste any more time and talk about it. So take a seat, get comfortable, grab your snacks and beverages, and let's get started. One thing I want to mention right off the bat, it's a big step up from the first Kirby Air Ride, is that we actually have characters in this game. What I mean by that is, in the first Kirby Air Ride, we only had Kirby and a few Kirby colors as playable characters, along with Meta Knight and King Dedede, who can only be selected in the machine selection. But in this game, we actually have a selection of characters to choose from, not one linked to a machine. We just select the character, select our machine, and there we go. In terms of the characters that we have Kirby, Meta Knight, King Dedede, Bandana Waddle Dee, Waddle Doo, Chef Kowalski, Gooey, Uncle Joe, Magalore, Susie, Cappy, and Starman, who, by the way, I'm going to be maining in this game. I am going to be a Starman main, for sure. That's going to be the equivalent of Fishbone in Mario Kart World for me. So, you best believe I'm going to be a Starman main. So far we have 12 characters in this game, and I'm assuming there's going to be more characters announced later on. As far as the gameplay is concerned, we got to see our main racing mode, Air Ride, and Masahiro Sakurai described it for us. Which, by the way, Sakurai was hosting this Direct, which is cool to see. Always nice to hear from Sakurai. Glad he's doing well. But anyway, he described Air Ride for us, and it seems pretty familiar with those who may have played the first Kirby Air Ride game, in terms of controlling the machine, tilting the machine up and down when gliding, using the B button to do a boost charge. We also have a new addition with the Y button, known as the special button, where you have a special gauge, and you press the Y button when it's filled up, then you can do a special attack. And every character will have their own special attack, which is nice. And not only that, but we have the copy ability returning, and the function's the same as the first Kirby Air Ride game. But what's really interesting about it is that every character can use the copy ability. So not just Kirby, but Meta Knight, King Dedede, Chef Kowalski, etc. Everyone can use the copy ability. I think that's pretty interesting. Not sure how Meta Knight can inhale an enemy with his mask on, but whatever. We also got a look at City Trial, which was, of course, the fan favorite game mode in the first Kirby Air Ride game. It's just as fun and hectic as ever, with Dynablade returning. And by the way, can we play as Dynablade in this game, please? I know he's a hazard in City Trial, but I want to play as Dynablade. So can we make him a playable character? Possibly? Anyway, much like with Air Ride, Sakurai explained how the game mode works. We got to look at our main City Trial map, known as Skya. Looks pretty cool. Not that big, but I didn't expect it to be that big, to be honest with you. Especially not compared to Mario Kart World's huge open world. So I think the map gets the job done. Maybe there'll be more maps added later on, which would be kind of cool, but who knows. Anyway, much like with Air Ride, I'm sure people who have played the first Kirby Air Ride game will be familiar with City Trial. As you collect power-ups, you can switch between different machines, battle other players, occasionally deal with events that come by, like Dynablade showing up, meteors coming in on the battlefield, items getting bigger and whatnot, until eventually we get to the end, where we compete in a competition to see who wins. And we have up to 16 players that can participate in City Trial, both online and offline multiplayer. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of multiplayer mayhem online with City Trial. and I'm looking forward to City Trial myself. I noticed that there was no mention of Top Ride being in this game, at least in this Direct, and that was the third game mode in the first Kirby Air Ride game, where you race on these small courses in this top-down view. I'm not sure what Kirby Air Ride fans thought of that mode, but I feel like it was worth mentioning because it was one of the main modes of the first Kirby Air Ride game. As far as we know, it's not returning in this game. Now, according to Sakurai, there's still more about this game they haven't announced yet, so maybe Top Ride will be confirmed at a later date, or maybe we'll get a whole new game mode for Kirby Air Riders. We'll see when we get there, I guess. As far as other information with this game, there's going to be 6 racers in Air Ride. Kind of surprised it's only 6. That was going to be like at least 8, but it is what it is. And we got to see some of the courses we're going to be racing on, such as Floria Fields, Wave Flow Waters, Cavernous Corners, hopefully I said that right, Cyber Ion Highway, hopefully I said that right as well, Mount Amber Falls, and Steam Gust Forge. So that's 6 total courses confirmed for Kirby Air Riders so far, and I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more announced later on, especially because that's even less than the first Kirby Air Ride game, which only had 9 courses, I believe. So I'm sure we're going to get a bunch of other courses announced later on. And finally, we got to look at all the machines that we're going to be able to race with, most of which returning from the first game, as well as some new ones as well, and possibly some more being announced later on. And we got our release date for Kirby Air Riders, which will be November 20th, 2025. I was starting to think that they were going to delay this game to 2026 because it took so long to get more information about this game, but glad it's still coming out in 2025. And those are all the main things I want to talk about with this Direct. And I have to say, as someone who enjoyed the first Kirby Air Ride game, I think this game looks like a lot of fun. Can't wait to try it out, and now that I have a Switch 2, I can get this game on launch. Well, if I can. We'll see what happens. As far as this Direct is concerned, I'm going to be giving it a 9 out of 10. Kirby Air Riders is one of my most anticipated games on the Switch 2, and this Direct didn't disappoint. I think it looks like a pretty good game, and hopefully people online will treat this game with respect, unlike a certain other racing game on the Switch 2. But that remains to be seen. And now, question of the video. What are your thoughts on the Kirby Air Riders Direct? And are you planning to pick up this game? Let me know in the comments below. With all that being said, that'll be it for this episode of Mike Reviews. And be sure to stay tuned later on this week, probably a couple days from now, for a Mike's Top 10s episode, which will be my top 10 most wanted main drivers for Mario Kart World. Looking forward to getting that video out. I have the footage ready for that. I just have to upload it pretty much. We had to do this first, of course. So expect that video to come out in a couple days. But right now, it's time for me to hit the road. That's going to be it for today's video. Did you like it? If you did, give me a solid and punch the like button below like a piece of dough. If this is your first time on this channel, you like what you saw, you want to come back for more, hit that subscribe button to become a member of the Pizzaman Mario Party today. Hashtag Pizzaman Mario, road to 2K subscribers. Share the video with your friends, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, or whoever you want to share with. Hit that bell and turn on notifications so you can be the first one to see all upcoming videos. And if you have a little bit of time, leave a comment. Until next time, this is your boy Mike, signing out, so peace out y'all, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.